Hi guys, this is the BINTI Love podcast, and I'm your host, BINTI Love. Today I will be reviewing New Jack City stage play on tour now, um, in the DMV area. And this is the BINTI Love podcast, as I said, and this is a teachable moment. Okay. Okay, let me just start out by saying this. I gave this stage play 5 stars out of 5 because I loved it. Um, Point number one, I love the Soul Train moment. Yeah, they had a Soul Train moment, which I loved. And, people were dancing and things of that sort. Um, you know, um, But yeah, so I definitely love that. Um, this is TREACH from Naughty by Nature. The star, one of the stars. There's a few stars here. Big Daddy Kane, and Alan Payne, and this is another star here. And all of them are great stars there. And they did a very good job. I love the decor of the leather jacket and the tie, and everything here is really, really great. And so, moving on to point number 2, great cinematography. And as again, I loved when they brought the sign out that says New Jack City, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And this is some of the people there that are part of the play. So great cinematography, and I'm going to get back to that point in a little bit. Okay. Now, point number 3 is, I have a few pointers there. Okay, one, now this is, when you first come in here, I felt as though, they just kind of had the merchandise kind of thrown up there. Like, okay, you can buy this merchandise and things of that sort. Great. I love the sweatshirts and t-shirts there, but I didn't like the presentation of it. Like, okay, what is this? And all of a sudden it's like this sweatshirt, that sweatshirt. And, how they piled it up there and stuff like that. I felt as though, good prices and things of that nature, but I felt as though they should have they should have presented this better, and I know they're on tour, so I hope that, they know that, okay, have more presentation here, so people can really want to buy it. I don't feel they had enough presentation there. Okay. Wanted to point that out to you. Yeah, okay. Moving on. Point number 4 is, okay, the most valuable performance moment. I felt Alan Payne had that. But before I talk about that, I just want to say that my criticism also was with point number 3, that Grammy winner Big Daddy Kane, also known as Antonio Hardy, his scenes kind of lulled you to sleep. They need to spice that up a little bit more, because I think that his role, they need to spice his role up, because I think he could do a little bit better. He does have one great scene, good scene in my opinion, and but I think they are not giving him enough to work with. Just he wants to showcase his acting skills, and I feel as though they did not give him enough there to showcase his acting skills. It was like some of his scenes was like kind of lulled you to sleep, and I think that he has more acting ability. So I think as the show progresses and while he travels, that if they can just, get him more, they didn't give him enough to showcase his talents. That's what I'm trying to say about him. And again, he is a Grammy Award winner. Big Daddy Kane, also known as Antonio Hardy. Okay. Also, with my criticism, it was very hot in there. So yeah, it was very hot in there. And so I felt like that was an issue. Barely any security, for this play called New Jack City. And, in this play, there is, a lot of gunshots. Let me just warn you about that, with the stage play. And so, at some points, the acting and everything was so real, you kind of like, oh my goodness, like people were like ducking and stuff like that because they were like, but this is a stage play. These are great performers. I loved them all. Like I said, I gave this play 5 points, 5 stars review. It's 5 stars out of 5. Excellent, excellent. Okay, I do want to warn you about the gunshots. So that point is there. But it was hot in there. They didn't have enough security there. Like when you left out, people just walking out. And I've been there to the same venue, location, and sometimes there's a lot of security there. They had 0 to no security there. So they definitely, I think they should kind of like, beef up security there while they travel, so they need to look at that and things of that nature. So that would be a part of my criticism. More security. I felt as though, when you go in there, do the merchandise table a little bit better because, like, I think that, there's great art and things of that nature on the sweatshirts and T-shirts and things of that nature, but it was kind of jumbled up there and things of that sort. So they can have more presentation there. Maybe a sign for New Jack City there. Also, something so people can have memorabilia and photo ops for themselves so they have something to take home. Because they went to see the play. They want to take a picture or something, a little sign or something. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that was that. Point number 4. My most valuable performance moment, as I was starting to speak about, goes to Alan Payne. Yeah. But before I talk about him, I want to talk about TREACH, and he's a Grammy, TREACH, he's definitely someone that was like basically who had he definitely had a nomination in 1991 for a Grammy nomination. Okay, so he's in a part of the group called Naughty by Nature. And what I want to say about him is that he basically definitely played, a great villain, a very great villain, like he played his part as a villain very, very well, and so that's what I want to talk about with that. TREACH played a very mean villain. And so I think that he did that performance very, very well. But my most valuable performance moment, MVP moment, goes to Alan Payne, like I was saying, because, his second, he really came out, and, pretty much with a great acting role. And you see more of that as the stage play progresses. And so I think that he captured it, basically, throughout, it was like, yeah, okay, he's really playing his role, you know what I'm saying? So I think that, the most valuable player moment went to him. And so I thought that was great. Okay. And also, moving on from that, let me get to my research moment. But before I go to that, I just want to talk about, these are great actors. I love the sign and the cinematography and things of that nature, which I thought was in this picture. As you can see, this is the background here. Great cinematography. These people have big heads right there. But as you can see, if you see right here, they're going down the steps, and they have the umbrella there, And so I thought, when you're there in person, you're like, this is a great moment. And the cinematography was excellent, excellent, excellent. And you see that's the umbrella right there. And that's the person right there. And, that's that. They were walking back and forth from there. And that is the cinematography, where they showed a lot of cinematography. And that's the same thing as here. And so right here, the cinematography, if you go in person, you see this sign. And if you saw the movie, I love the movie, you'll see the play. And very, very excellent there. So that is about cinematography that I just want to talk to you about. Okay, yeah. And here you can see the cinematography here. Excellent. And there's a little umbrella there and a person there. And very moving. Okay. So before I go to the rest of that, let me do my research moment. However, when I was wondering about the gun violence, as you can see right here, they have a gun stage play. And so as you see, he has a gun there, and that's what happened there. So it's a lot of gun. It's got a lot of gunshots, a lot of gunshots, and great cinematography here, but a lot of gunshots, and that's what I was warning you. If you're gonna hear some gunshots in there. Okay, and it's a stage play based on a movie. Okay. So moving on, my research moment, I just want to go back to this. Okay, for my research moment, on these guys, according to sources, Big Daddy Kane is Antonio Hardy, who won a Grammy at the 33rd Annual Grammy Awards. And that's, again, Big Daddy Kane right here. TREACH from Naughty by Nature. Real name is Anthony Chris, and he is a part of the group Naughty by Nature, and he won a Grammy Award nomination in 1991, and that's him. So the Grammys were definitely in the house. And Alan Payne, who was in a movie with Jada Pinkett Smith, that was released in 1994, which is him right here, who won the MVP moment, the most valuable player, most valuable performance moment. He's most MVP, most valuable player, but most valued performance moment. And so he was in a movie, like I said, Jason Lyric, who, with Jada Pinkett Smith, the movie was named Jason Lyric in 1994, released in 1994. Jada Pinkett Smith is the wife of Oscar winner Will Smith. So that was really great too. And I definitely think that this play is excellent, and the music. The music was so excellent there. Like, I love the music. It was totally great. the music was the best part of the play. The acting was great, but the music and the cinematography was excellent. And it was just like, the stage play was so great that you felt like you were seeing a movie, but you're like, they're acting on stage. At some point you thought, is this real or am I watching a movie? That's how great the cinematography, the acting, the singing, and all of that was there. And I thought it was very, very excellent. And that's, again, the reason why I wanted to report on that it's a must-see, and that's why I gave this play 5 stars. Okay. Now, point number 5 is the most loving moment. But before I get to that, I definitely want you to make sure that you subscribe. Again, this is the Binti Love Podcast review. I am your host, Binti Love. You can also catch me at, www.bintilove.com. And that's my website there. For more about the reviews I do here. And again, I am on YouTube. You can find me on YouTube and TikTok. And, okay. So point number 5, as I was saying, the most loving moment basically was when the angels came. And when the angels came and they encamped around one of the characters in one of the scenes there. So, yeah, in one of the scenes here at the play, stage play, when the angels came and encamped around one of the characters there, I said, now that's the most loving moment. It was beautiful, cinematography, everything. And so, definitely loved that, and it's the Binti Love Podcast, so I definitely love their usage of angels and camping around a character. Okay, so that's point number 5. And, okay, so, yeah, point number 5. And again, guys, make sure to subscribe. And tell 10 people. Tell 10 of your friends to subscribe again. To them too. Tell them again to subscribe to the Binti Love Podcast here on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok with I Am Binti Love series. Okay. So make sure you definitely do that. And let's see here. Yeah, okay, so that's it. Make sure to like, comment below. Bye, guys.